Hello, my name is Yuki. Have you ever wondered why the majority of TV shows and films in America feature mostly white people? In my presentation, we will learn why diversity is important and how the lack of racial representation in Hollywood affects the younger generation of America. How many of you know what TV show this is? Yes, it's Friends. Millions of people around the world love these 90s TV shows. Six young friends living in the same apartment building, going through all the ups and downs of life. This was one of my favorite shows to watch and learn English when I was younger. The Academy Awards, more popularly known as the Oscars are awards more artistic and technical merit in the film industry. Take a close look at this picture from 2016. There is not a lot of diversity here. It's mostly white people. There is even hashtag Oscars so white, which is a code for racial diversity in Hollywood. As you can see, the majority of the people nominated for an Oscar award in this photo are mostly white. Growing up in Japan, it had never occurred to me that minorities were being underrepresented in Hollywood. I thought that America was made up of mostly white people, so therefore Hollywood would be a mirror and reflect American demographics. Looking back at my favorite show Friends, as an adult, I realized that there are many situations that were problematic. Homophobia, transphobia, sexism, sexual harassment, emotional abuse, fat shaming, and on and on. But one that hides in plain sight was the lack of racial diversity. There was a recent study by the UCLA College of Social Sciences that confirms just how white Hollywood is. From leading roles to writers, directors, awards winners, and even award judges, I was shocked to learn that from top to bottom, it is mostly white men who control the narrative of storytelling, from dramas to superhero action movies. In 2018, a study found that the average US resident consumed traditional and digital media for about 11 hours each day. If people are spending this much time consuming media, one can only imagine how big of an effect it has on people's sense of self. A study found that watching too much TV decreases self-esteem for all girls and for black boys, but increases self-esteem for white boys. Isn't that interesting? I believe the cause of the problem is gender and racial stereotypes, which give white men the best role as heroes, while portraying women and minority as sexual villains, sexual objects, villains, and sidekick. This is a cause and effect problem. The lack of diversity in Hollywood has a far-reaching negative effect on minorities in America. If you are a minority growing up in America who has not been exposed to people that look like you on TV and in film, it's predicted that you will be most likely not to seek a job in the creative field in film as a profession when you grow up. And therefore, the film industry will get less and less talented minority representation in Hollywood. Casting more women and minorities into prime roles not only makes demographic sense, but it also makes financial sense. Data from UCLA College of Social Sciences showed that movies with less diversity makes less money at, at the box office. Let me say that another way. More diversity makes more money. Asian Americans remain largely unseen in film and television and are most unrepresented in films and TV in America. There is even hashtag starring John Cho, where graphic artists have imagined an actor John Cho as the leading actor of the following major films. People want representation. We can see from Black Panther, Crazy Rich Asians, and Get Out, three extremely successful movies, that a superhero can be black, a leading man in a romantic comedy can be Asian, and that a diverse cast can be profitable for Hollywood. The top 134 films with white leading actors made an average of 51.2 million per film, compared to 9 diverse mixed-race films made on average 65.2 million per film. So what does this mean? It means that people want to see a more diverse cast, and it proves that Hollywood can make more money by giving people what they want to see. So what is the future of Hollywood? Well, Hollywood is a business, and like any business, it will soon have to deal with the reality that by 2050, the minority population is predicted to be 53%. Hollywood will eventually have to cast more minority in its TV shows and films. In conclusion, to solve this problem of diversity in Hollywood is simple. Just hire more minority for the next TV show and film. Thank you for your listening.